O you who are being awakened by heaven, stop everything you are doing. For I come to tell you that the season that once made you believe you could not overcome has truly come to an end. Beloved child, I know there is still a part of you that trembles when you hear these words, because you have grown accustomed to bracing yourself through one storm after another. You have waited so long to hear that everything has been completed that when peace begins to draw near, you become afraid to believe in it. But I, Michael, stand before you in solemnity and mercy to remind you, pain is no longer permitted to keep you on the old path. The door of the season of brokenness has been closed, sealed, and you will not have to return to that worn-out road again. You survived things that could have caused you to collapse. There were days when you did not know whether you still had enough strength to keep going. Yet you still woke up. There were nights when you cried in silence, with no one witnessing it, no one fully understanding the heaviness in your heart. Yet you still did not allow bitterness to become your master. There were moments when turning away, letting go of faith, or answering pain with more pain seemed far easier. And yet you still chose to remain standing, still chose to guard the purity that was left, still chose not to become the very thing that wounded you. That quiet endurance has been seen by heaven. I want you to understand that what you went through was not a sign that you had been forgotten. It was a hidden work being completed within you. The old layers of fear were exposed so they could be removed. The bonds that once made you bow your head were brought into the light so they could lose their power. The tender places within you were not revealed to shame you, but to be supported, healed, and rebuilt with greater strength. You thought you were being broken, but in truth, things that did not belong to you were being separated from you. You thought you were losing everything, but in truth, you were being freed from burdens that could not go with you into the new season. In the quietest hour, a confirmation was released. The assignment of the season of pain has been completed. Brokenness is no longer allowed to repeat itself, and you do not have to live in fear that the same storm will return to sweep you away again. This does not mean your life will no longer require growth, but it does mean the old lesson has been enough. The old cycle has lost its authority, and the doors that once led you back into exhaustion have now been locked. You did not encounter this word by accident. Heaven knows you are ready enough to hear the truth. You have passed through. You have overcome, and you have been preserved. Now breathe deeply and receive the peace you once thought you were no longer worthy to have. Do not continue living like someone waiting for disaster to repeat itself. Do not let old memories control your new steps. I stand near you as a guardian, reminding you that what has ended must be allowed to end in the hands of the light. Step out of that season with gratitude, not because it was pleasant, but because it could not destroy you. You are no longer in the same place. One chapter has closed, and before you, a new path is opening in peace, dignity, and restoration. O beloved child who carries light within you, do not turn away in this moment, for there is a gentle yet very real movement touching the atmosphere around you. I want you to listen with peace, not with haste, because what is being opened is not a passing word meant to dissolve and disappear. From the moment you began to pay attention, a hidden door quietly stirred. What the Most High has long desired to speak to you is drawing closer, not through loud noise, but through a quiet warmth, through a gentle pull that makes you feel you need to remain a little longer. You were not drawn here by chance. You were led here to hear again the truth that weariness, shame, and doubt once tried to hide from you. Beloved child, the love of the Most High has never been distant from you. He does not look at you with disappointment as you once feared. He looks at you with the joy of one who has seen you continue walking through so many difficult days, who has seen you endure in silence, who has seen you try to preserve what is good even when your heart was being tested. In his hand there is as though a scroll written in golden light, and your name has not faded from it. Each page is opening, not to accuse you, but to remind you that your life still carries meaning, still carries a calling, and still holds beautiful things that have not yet been revealed. I, Michael, I'm standing near you in this moment to tell you that the stirring in your chest is not something to fear. The warmth rising in the hidden place, the prompting to listen a little longer, the trembling that makes it difficult for you to leave all of it may be a sign that truth is drawing near. There are words that do not merely comfort you in the present, but also rearrange the way you look at your past. That truth can rewrite the broken passages of your life, not by erasing everything that happened, but by placing it in the light so you can understand that pain is not your final name. What once made you ashamed will no longer be allowed to keep your head bowed. The silent prayers you once thought no one heard are being turned into courage, into a pure voice, into steps that carry weight. The identity the Most High speaks over you is not based on old wounds, nor on what others once said about you. You are loved, supported, restored, and called to come out of the place of self-doubt so you may stand in the dignity already appointed for you. So remain with this truth a little longer. Do not pass over what is touching you simply because it is so gentle. Great things sometimes begin as a very small feeling within the heart, then gradually become the light that leads an entire new season. I am with you, guarding this moment, so that as that scroll continues to open, you will understand why this word had to come to you today. You are not forgotten, not abandoned, not defined by what has broken. You are being called back to the light of who you truly are. You may not fully recognize it yet, but the life partner being prepared for your future has many times sent quiet signs toward you, as though their heart has been following a light they themselves have not yet clearly named. Beloved child, there are connections that do not begin with an outward meeting, but begin in deeply hidden prayers. In long nights when someone lifts their heart to God and asks where true love is, where stability is, where the one appointed to walk with them in the future can be found. They have cried out in moments of heartbreak, disappointment, and times when it seemed they had waited far too long. Why have I still not met that person? I, Michael, speak to you with tenderness that those questions have not been forgotten. God has heard every secret word from them, has seen the times when they tried to appear strong while still longing within for a love with foundation, faithfulness, clarity, and peace. When they wondered whether the person meant for them truly existed, heaven answered them with a very quiet calm, that person is coming, and that person is also being led toward them. You are part of that answer. Even though at this moment, both of you are still being prepared in silence. This period of time is not meaningless delay. My child, God is using this season to realign what is within you, so that you do not enter that connection through old wounds, fear of abandonment, or a hurried desire to fill loneliness. He is making you steadier in your emotions, clearer in your choices, more peaceful in the way you love and receive love. That person is also being led through a similar process, being separated from what is vague, being taught to discern between what is familiar and what is truly healthy, between temporary emotion and a presence that can remain. Understand that this person is not being brought into your life merely to soothe a brief season and then leave. Their presence carries the weight of building, companionship, and a love that must be cherished through maturity. God does not prepare a deep connection so that it can be wasted through doubt, hostility, or unhealed reactions. Therefore, before the two of you recognize each other fully, He is quietly cleansing the tangled places, closing unsuitable doors, and teaching both of you how to enter love with respect. So do not let the waiting discourage you. Do not look at silent days and conclude that nothing is happening. The most precious things are often prepared beyond the reach of sight, so that when they appear, they do not bring chaos but bring peace. Keep your heart soft yet watchful, open yet not hurried. When the time comes, you will recognize the mark of guidance, not through pressure, not through fear, but through a gentle clarity that lets you know this has been preserved, prepared, and brought forth at the right time. You may not fully recognize it yet, but the life partner being prepared for your future has many times sent quiet signs toward you, as though their heart has been following a light they themselves have not yet clearly named. Beloved child, there are connections that do not begin with an outward meeting, but begin in deeply hidden prayers, in long nights when someone lifts their heart to God and asks where true love is, where stability is, where the one appointed to walk with them in the future can be found. They have cried out in moments of heartbreak, disappointment, and times when it seemed they had waited far too long. Why have I still not met that person? I, Michael, speak to you with tenderness that those questions have not been forgotten. God has heard every secret word from them, has seen the times when they tried to appear strong while still longing within for a love with foundation, faithfulness, clarity, and peace. When they wondered whether the person meant for them truly existed, heaven answered them with a very quiet calm. That person is coming, and that person is also being led toward them. You are part of that answer. Even though, at this moment, both of you are still being prepared in silence, this period of time is not meaningless delay. My child, God is using this season to realign what is within you, so that you do not enter that connection through old wounds, fear of abandonment, or a hurried desire to fill loneliness. He is making you steadier in your emotions, clearer in your choices, more peaceful in the way you love and receive love. That person is also being led through a similar process, being separated from what is vague, being taught to discern between what is familiar and what is truly healthy, between temporary emotion and a presence that can remain. Understand that this person is not being brought into your life merely to soothe a brief season and then leave. Their presence carries the weight of building, companionship, and a love that must be cherished through maturity. God does not prepare a deep connection so that it can be wasted through doubt, hostility, or unhealed reactions. Therefore, before the two of you recognize each other fully, He is quietly cleansing the tangled places, closing unsuitable doors, and teaching both of you how to enter love with respect. So do not let the waiting discourage you. Do not look at silent days and conclude that nothing is happening. The most precious things are often prepared beyond the reach of sight, so that when they appear, they do not bring chaos, but bring peace. Keep your heart soft, yet watchful, open, yet not hurried. When the time comes, you will recognize the mark of guidance, not through pressure, not through fear, but through a gentle clarity that lets you know this has been preserved, prepared, and brought forth at the right time. A quiet change has been completed within you, and though the world has not yet recognized it, heaven has seen it very clearly. I, Michael, speak to you with the gentleness of the watchman. You have passed through a transformation that was not loud, that needed no declaration, that required no one standing beside you to confirm it, while you only thought you were trying to live through each day, enduring a little longer, keeping yourself from collapsing once again. A hidden work was being completed within you. You are no longer the person who reacts in the old way, no longer easily pulled into the spirals that once robbed you of peace. And that is proof that you have grown far more than you realize. Your outward life may not have become lighter immediately, but the difference lies in how you face everything. The words that once wounded you for a long time no longer hold you for days. The situations that once sent you into panic now touch you and pass on. The silences that once made you overthink and blame yourself no longer have enough strength to control every breath you take. You still feel. You are still tender. You still know pain when something is not right. But you no longer hand the key to your peace over to every outside change. This is not indifference. It is authority forged through many seasons of testing. There was a time when you needed reassurance to feel okay, needed answers to feel safe, needed everything to be clear before you dared to move forward. But now, there is a quiet place within you that no longer lives on explanations. You have learned to breathe amid uncertainty, learned to wait without allowing fear to lead, learned to trust without forcing every proof to appear instantly. This is a beautiful kind of strength, because it is not loud, does not boast, does not seek witnesses, yet it makes you stand firmer before the things that once made you waver. People often look at outward victories and call that success. But heaven looks deeper. I see the way you behave when things do not go according to your desire. I see how you keep your heart tender when you are misunderstood. I see how you continue choosing what is right when no one praises you. No one applauds. No one knows how many inward battles you have had to overcome in silence. It was in those places no one saw that you were refined. It was in the days when you no longer wanted to explain, no longer wanted to win every argument, no longer rushed to react to every provocation, that your maturity was sealed. Therefore, do not return to the old version of yourself simply because someone still insists on calling you by the name of your past. You have learned that your strength is precious. Your time is entrusted to you, and your peace should not be consumed by places that deliberately distort you. You have not become passive. You have become discerning. You have not become weaker. You have stopped wasting your strength on battles that no longer belong to you. The old version has completed its assignment, and who you are today is rising with calmness, clarity, and dignity. Keep moving forward, because this new self was not formed to retreat. The separation has been completed to protect you, not to make you lonely, but to place you in a purer space where you no longer have to keep explaining yourself to those who are no longer close enough to understand what God is doing within you. I, Michael, speak to you with the mercy of the Higher One watching over you. There comes a time in the journey of maturity when you realize that not every silence must be broken. Not every misunderstanding must be corrected immediately. And not everyone is invited into the deepest place of your life. This does not make you higher than anyone, nor does it make others lower. It only shows that the language within you has changed. The rhythm of your life has been lifted, and the things that once consumed your concern no longer have enough power to control you as before. There was a time when you longed to be understood so deeply that you were willing to explain yourself again and again. Soften your voice, defend every intention, and try to present your pain in a way others could accept. You wanted them to see that your heart was pure, that you had tried, that you had no desire to wound anyone, that there were silent battles behind your ordinary smile. But then a shift took place. You began to understand that understanding cannot be forced through many words. It must meet you at the same level of clarity, the same depth of humility, the same ability to listen with love. If others only want to keep you in an old image, then no matter how much you speak, they will still hear through their memories rather than through the truth standing before them. Now, the things that once made you rush to react have become distant. The noises that once pulled you into a cycle of explanation no longer attract you. You are no longer drawn to noise, to arguments, to proving yourself right before people who only want to win. You have begun to love depth, to love peace, to love conversations marked by respect, to love silences that do not make you feel empty, but bring you back to yourself in the light. People may say you have changed, that you are quieter, more private, less responsive, harder to read. But in truth, they are only remembering a version of you that no longer exists. You have outgrown the role they once placed upon your shoulders. There are people who only knew how to connect with you when you were still struggling, still needing their validation, still allowing their instability to determine how you behaved. When you began to become stable, healed, able to set boundaries, and no longer begged for agreement, they became confused. Your calmness exposed the chaos they did not want to face. Your boundaries revealed the unfair expectations they had once considered normal. Your silence left those who once benefited from your over-explaining with no place to pull you back into the old cycle. Therefore, beloved child, do not view fading connections as failure. This is a rearrangement according to the order of heaven. Some people move away not because you have lost value, but because their position in the old season has been completed. The empty space they leave behind is not meant to keep hurting you forever, but to prepare room for relationships that are purer, more mature, able to respect your peace, and aligned with who you are becoming. Move forward gently, without bitterness, without pride, without clinging to what has finished its season. Protection sometimes takes the form of separation, and maturity sometimes begins when you no longer need everyone to understand you before you dare to live according to the light within you. At the same time, beloved child, a strict covering of protection is being placed around your life. Quiet, yet real. Silent, yet full of power. You may not hear any sound, may not see any radiant sign, but that does not mean heaven is not acting. There are forms of protection that do not arrive through thunder, but through the sudden loss of someone's ability to touch your peace as they once did. There are shields that do not appear before your eyes, yet cause toxic words to fall before they can pierce deeply into your heart. I want you to understand that this protection is not random. It comes after seasons in which you obeyed in silence, endured with purity, stood firm under pressure, and learned to align with something higher than your old reactions. Before, even one sentence could trouble you for days. One cold glance, one confusing attitude, one conversation lacking gentleness could be enough to stir your heart and steal your sleep. There were people who only had to enter your space, and the peace within you would begin to shake. There were situations that seemed small, but drained your strength, as if you had just passed through a long battle. But I speak to you with kindness. It was not because you were weak. It was because you were in a season of learning how to discern. A season of learning what is allowed to enter your life and what must remain outside the holy boundary. Now, a new line has been placed around you, not to isolate you from love, but to prevent negativity from continuing to move freely in and out of your world. At first, this protection may have felt restrictive. Some doors closed and made you sad. Some people left and made you confused. Some opportunities disappeared and caused you to wonder whether you were being hindered. But as you grow more mature, you will understand that not every loss is damage. Sometimes it is the higher hand withdrawing access from the things that once wore you down. You will begin to notice a very clear change. Arguments that once easily erupted will dissolve before they form. People who once pulled you into explaining, self-blame, and anxiety will no longer hold the same power. Certain situations will break apart before they reach you. Some doors that seem attractive will close, and later you will know they were closed to preserve your peace. I am protecting you from emotional exhaustion, from unnecessary attachments, from places that weaken the light within you, and from opportunities that carry outward beauty but inwardly take away your precious rest. Oh, my child, do not resist this protection simply because it does not look like what you expected. Sometimes grace comes through presence, but sometimes grace comes through distance. Sometimes love opens a door, but sometimes love closes a door so you do not step into a place unworthy of your peace. I, Michael, stand beside you to remind you that what once attacked you, drained you, and caused you to doubt yourself will no longer easily cross this new boundary. Keep your heart clear, keep your steps steady, and do not grieve what has been restrained. Protection is at work, and you are being led into a season that is lighter, brighter, and freer. I need you to understand something about your inheritance. What has been promised to you is not only connected to the present, but also joined to a current that began long before the day you first cried out in this world. Beloved child, when heaven gives a promise concerning land, it is not merely about soil, location, or a possession that can be measured by human eyes. It is the mark of legacy, the continuation of a promise, the future of many people placed within one person who knows how to believe and how to walk forward. When wisdom is given to one life, it does not only illuminate that life, but also becomes a lamp for generations to come. Therefore, Do not see yourself as someone alone, merely trying to survive one day after another. You are standing inside a plan wider, deeper, and older than you can fully understand at this moment. There are prayers that were offered before you even knew who you were. There were tears from your ancestors, sighs in the night, longings for deliverance, peace, prosperity, and restoration that they did not get to see with their own eyes. But what was not seen does not mean it was forgotten. Those words did not dissolve into empty space. They were preserved, gathered, and stored in the unseen order like seeds lying deep beneath the earth, waiting for the season to blossom. And today, you are drawing near to a time when the things once sown by faith across generations begin to find the one who will receive them. I, Michael, speak to you with solemnity, yet with great mercy. This is precisely why darkness has tried to keep you far from this moment. It did not only want to make you tired, it wanted to make you forget who you are. It tried to strike the places where you had once been weak, using fear to make you stand still, using lack to make you believe your life was only permitted to exist within small limits. It whispered that it was safer not to dream too greatly, not to step too far, not to believe you could be lifted beyond the old story of your family. But remember this, the voice that makes you shrink is never the voice of truth. There were people who entered your past only to sow discouragement. They told you that you were dreaming too high, wanting too much, reaching too far, as though the desire for a better life was something you should be ashamed of. But I remind you that you are not called to repeat every limitation passed down before you. You are called to break cycles that no longer deserve to continue, to rise on behalf of prayers that have waited too long, to become a sign that restoration can move through a family, a bloodline, and a history that seemed closed. Therefore, do not bow your head before poverty of thought. Do not call lack your destiny. Do not allow fear to play the role of guide over your life. Inheritance is not only something you receive, it is also a responsibility you learn to preserve through wisdom, humility, and purity of heart. When what has been promised begins to open, enter it not with arrogance, but with deep gratitude. You are becoming the beneficiary of old seeds, but also the one sowing seeds for those who will come after you. Stand firm, my child, for what is coming to you is not as small as fear once said. It carries the weight of legacy, the light of promise, and the seal of a season of restoration that has long been prepared